Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And over here, we are the Night Owls. And tonight, we're going to be talking about this story that has been going viral left, right, left, right, left, right. We're going to be talking about this situation that went down in Mexico where four Americans were kidnapped. Well, since this story has hit the internet, there has been a lot of chatter and a lot of discussion about it. I did a live about it the other day, and we're going to go more in detail. I've been keeping up most of my thoughts and opinions about this on Instagram. So if you're not on my Instagram, make sure to definitely go follow me on over there. Now, I'm going to give some people some time to come on in the live. Yes, Karina, we are live, baby. I'm going to give some people some time to come and join the live since I have not been doing commentary. You know, people need to be, they need to be put on notice that we about to talk about it. So let me give some time for people to enter into room, and then we're gonna get on into this gig. Okay, we're gonna get right on into this gig. We are out here in Beverly Hills with Raz B. I haven't seen you on the scene in a minute, so let the people know what you've been up to. Hey, what's up? I got Amara La Negra here with me tonight at the A Toast to Young Hollywood event. Hey guys, so I have the beautiful Layla Ali with me tonight. So I just want to first start off by saying your Instagram is an inspiration to go on a path to eat healthy, and it is your 50th birthday. You don't look a day over 25.
You know what?
Let us know how you do it.
First, everybody always say that. I think that's so cliche, and people know you don't look 25. Now, if you would have said maybe 40.
Hey, what's up? You're watching Neek at Night, and we have Keith Powers with us tonight.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
A lot of girls was like putting you as their, man crush, and you was their, aspiration to take you off the market. And when you came out with Bay, you crushed a lot of people. Like, Hey guys, so I have Daniel Cormier with me tonight, and it's crazy because my first UFC fight happened to be your fight.
I'm glad you were able to watch the first fight and it was mine and I won, because that could be some bad memories.
Right. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna lie. When I first seen it and I seen him
I
come,
was gonna get my ass kicked.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I'm not gonna tell a lie. Okay, I'm gonna keep it honest. Definitely experience, you guys. That's Amarion, and we're at his word for word screening. It was super dope. Make sure you check it out. It drops tomorrow, and you don't want to miss it.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
It's your partner, Big Boy. What's happening in the voice of Los Angeles? Hello. You know what I do at night? I watch Neek at Night. Show you right. You thought I was going to say something crazy. Thought I was going to say something disgusting and nasty. Yeah. But guess what? When I watch that Neek at Night, I may be doing something disgusting and nasty. Look at her. Hello.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. If this is your first time here, over here we are the Night Owls. If you have not hit that subscribe button, I want you to go ahead and do that right now, and turn on your notification bell so you're notified when I post another video. But just know, keep in mind that over here, this is an acquired taste. You know what I'm saying? This ain't for everybody. This is a channel where I talk about celebrity news and gossip and give my opinion on trending stories. I'm a woman who has a website as well. I sell lingerie, adult toys, sexy pajamas, and I even got stuff for going out to the club, nighttime wear, all of those goodies for you as well. You can find this along with a whole bunch of other new goodies. You can find this at www.neekatnight.com. I'm just going to do a live video, and we're going to get this done, and it's going to be bada bing, bada boom. Hey. Hope you guys miss me because I miss you guys too. Let's get on into this gig and let's talk about it. Now, all week we have been hearing this story about four Americans who traveled down to Mexico accompanying a friend who was going to get a tummy tuck. Now, since this story broke out, there was a lot of people who had questions. A lot of people felt like, oh my God, God forbid, something bad happens to Black people and they actually were innocent. In our community, a lot of people they look at us as if we deserve it. So there has been all of these narratives to try to justify why this group of individuals were attacked by the cartel. There was all of these narratives that had to make it fit for it to be okay for this to had happened to them. There was a lot of people coming up with a lot of theories, and we're going to talk about it. Now, the story as was told, like I said in my other video, was the woman right here named Latavia. She had been wanting a tummy tuck for some time now. She had been down on a lot of the surgery groups. She had even talked about this several times on her Facebook, and she had been advocating about how like she really wanted this surgery. She talked about how she had an upcoming surgery date in one of the surgery chats, and she then embarked on her journey to get this tummy tuck. Now, with her going to get this tummy tuck, she had other individuals come along with her to help her with the driving. Now, there was a lot of people who, felt like it was suspicious that you would drive to Mexico and not fly, as if the financial aspect of things is not in the equation. There was a lot of people who felt, how suspicious is it of you to actually have men care about your care and your aftercare and getting a tummy tuck? There was a lot of people who had all of these things of the things. A lot of people started to say, well, if the cartel ambushed them, then they most definitely had to have been involved. They most definitely had to have been doing some type of drug deal or some type of drug transaction. And therefore, people felt like, again, they wanted to make sense of it, making sense that these people deserve this in their eyes. Now, fast forward to today, the cartel has taken full accountability for their misappropriation of their members. Okay. They said that they had some members in their cartel that did not act under the boss's volition, that these people were not, any dealings of them, and that they wanted to, as an offering for their mistake in doing what they did, they wanted to offer up the people who were involved in this. And they even wrote an apology letter and things like that. So they hogtied these 5 individuals who they said were responsible for it. They left a note with them and they offered them up to the government because, as you guys know, this has been putting a lot of pressure onto these Mexican governments, the U.S. government, and all of that. And they just wanted to basically say, listen, we didn't authorize this. We want to let y'all know y'all ain't got to make our block hot no more. We're going to give y'all them and leave us alone. Okay. So that's pretty much what happened. They basically offered up 5 members that they said were involved in this situation, and they left a note. Now, in the note that they left, let me bring that up on the screen. They basically were saying what I just said. So let me read what it translates to. It says, the Gulf Cartel Scorpion Group strongly condemns the events of last Friday, March the 3rd, where unfortunately an innocent working mother died and 4 American citizens were kidnapped, of which 2 died. Now, in the note, this is what it says in summary of a part of it. And for this reason, we have decided to hand over those involved and directly responsible for the facts, who at all times acted under their own determination and indiscipline, and against the rules that the CDG has always operated, respecting the life and integrity of the innocent. The CDG apologizes to Metamoran Society, the relatives of Mrs. Airley, the American individuals, and the families affected. So they basically wrote this letter out, and they wanted people to know, listen, we gunned down the people that's really trying to be about that action. We want to say we apologize because these people were in fact innocent, and we want to apologize for our people acting under their own volition, and we want them to, y'all to take these people as a offer of good faith. Now, there was a lot of people who was like, oh, I call BS. I think they were doing drugs. I don't think they were innocent, and this and this and this and this and this. I want y'all to think about this, right? This situation has made a lot of people not want to travel to Mexico, okay? A lot of people are like, listen, I'm canceling my trip. I don't want to go there. This has put a lot of heat into the area, right? If this was people who were doing illegal activities and the United States found evidence that they were illegally trying to smuggle, that would take a lot of heat off of the United States and off of Mexico. If Mexico had any type of evidence that they were smuggling and that they were dealing with the cartel, it would have been easy to write this off as these are degenerates and they had a shootout and this ain't got nothing to do with innocent people. Okay? If that was the case, that would have been an easy washing of the hands. That would have been easy for the US to be like, listen, they were doing hood rat activities and that's what happened. And that would have been easy for the Mexican government to be like, they were doing hood rat activities and, wash their hands with it. Now, if they were not involved in dealings with the cartel and they did not have evidence that they were trying to meet up with them to do a drug deal, then you have to go another route about it and you have to do something about it. Now, whether these 5 guys are fall guys or not, that's just what I feel. If the governments had any proof, you think it would take this long for them to throw them under the bus and talk about their plot scheme to smuggle drugs if that had nothing to do with anything like that? A lot of people want our people, and if I'm ever proven wrong, I have no problem with saying y'all was right, I was wrong. Okay? I have no problem with that. I don't know these people from a can of paint. I don't know if they would smuggle drugs with Mexico. Now, everybody in the United States got a family member that done got trumped up with some type of, trying to sell weed bags or trying to sell, some little Coca-Cola. You know what I'm saying? So trying to sell a couple of dime bags and going to jail here and selling a little Coca-Cola here is polar opposite and does not mean that you are going to try to be this mob boss cartel snowfall drug dealer. So what the white media did, they seen y'all condemning y'all own people. They seen y'all slandering your own people. So what did the Daily Mail do? The Daily Mail has been putting out-of-pocket headlines back to back to back. They dug up her CPS case. They dug up their criminal records, and they wanted to make it be okay. They wanted to make it be okay for this to have happened to them. They wanted people to feel like, well, he went to jail for drugs or he had a case for this. Just because you tried to sell some nickel and dime bags on the block does not mean that you trying to go and smuggle big pounds of weight dealing with the cartel. No. So unless there's proof, and I'm not saying that they're not capable of it, and I'm not saying that they absolutely did not have nothing shady going on, I'm just saying I'm not going to join in on condemning them and putting something on their jacket that there is no proof of. Just because there is men. I was talking to a person and they were saying, oh, why would men want to go with a woman to Mexico or whatever? I could see if they was like one of the gays. So you telling me that straight men don't care for women to care for them or to want to make sure that they get from one destination safe from one place to the other? My way of thinking is if I know that Mexico may be a little sketchy, right? we all know this. We all have heard there might be a little, sketchiness to Mexico. If I'm a person who I want to get my surgery done, and Montemortos or whatever the name of it is a very popular place for people to get their teeth done and for people to get their plastic surgery done. Okay. This is a very popular place. Like I told y'all, I have a friend who just in January went down there, right? If I'm a person and I'm thinking, oh, there's a possibility that they could kidnap you. My way of thinking is not that they're going to kidnap me with machine guns to my face, busting into my car. That's not my mentality if I was thinking about going to a sketchy place. If I'm going to a sketchy place, my thinking would be the videos that I've seen where people go to a Walmart parking lot and there is the handkerchief on the door that if you're by yourself or if it's two women, it's easily to overpower you and throw you in a van. My thinking would be, okay, if people kidnap people, they might be less likely to try me or try to throw me in a van if I got 3 men with me. I'm not thinking they're going to kidnap me with machine guns and all that. I'm thinking if I go to a place that's a little bit sketchy, I'm going to feel a little bit more comfortable bringing men with me, because if men are with me, a person is less likely to try to snatch me and throw me in a van. I'm not thinking in realms of shoot 'em up, bang, bang, broad daylight. And I hardly think that that's what they was thinking. I think that she was probably thinking it's probably better. Let me bring some men with me, and that's a little bit, better. Again, I have a friend who literally just came from this exact place, just came from this exact town, and just got her body done. Okay? It definitely is better for you to have somebody that speaks Spanish. That is definitely something that is recommended. It's also recommended for you to have the people who are in the facility to meet you and drive you over. That's all possible, and that's all things that are recommended as well. But I just wanted to talk about this on live because a lot of people wanted to know my thoughts about it. And I just felt like a lot of the headlines are very disgusting. I felt like we are the worst when it comes to our own in a lot of aspects. I feel like until it's proven that they actually did have some type of link to the cartel, I'm going to hold off on condemning them because, like I said, in my opinion, if they were doing something like that, it would be easy to just wash the hands of this and take off the heat. How much easier would that be? If these are crooks that are trying to be with the cartel, how much easier is it to wash this off as criminals? The whole thing about this is a bad look for tourism. There are people who are now seeing this happen and they're thinking, if I go down there, something may happen to me. So if these are criminals trying to meet with the cartel, wouldn't Mexico save their reputation by showing the proof that they were linked with the cartel? Wouldn't they write that off as an easy wash to save tourism and to save the dollars if that's what the story really is? Wouldn't that be the first headline that all of the places would go with if that was the case? Now, again, I'm not saying I know everything and I'm not saying I'm 100% correct. I could also be wrong. However, wouldn't that be an easy wash of the situation versus this? If these people story of this girl going to get a tummy tuck is false, and I make my money from people coming down here to get a tummy tuck, and I want people who are innocent to feel safe. Wouldn't it be easy to show proof that, hey guys, it's safe for you to come down here to get your tummy tucked, but these people were criminals. You're not a criminal, so you're okay. Wouldn't that be an easy thing to do if they had proof? But for people's comfort, it makes more sense that they deserved it. Okay. And you have Kim saying, oh, the tummy tuck was the cover story. Okay. Well, if the tummy tuck was the cover story, Kim, what I'm saying is, wouldn't the government throw them under the bus? Instead of offering up cartel members, wouldn't the government throw them under the bus? Somebody said, you comparing tummy tuck money to cocaine money, you sound foolish. You sound foolish. Come up and let's talk about it. Come up and let's talk about it, because either money is affected. Cocaine money, tummy tuck money is all tied up into this whole thing. So if these people had dealings that's making it hot for the cocaine money, wouldn't it be easy for them to just write this off as drug deal gone wrong? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay, if I don't understand, help me understand. I got time. I got time today. I got time. Help me understand. And just the gym, we are aware that it's not safe. I'm not saying that it's safe to go. I'm just saying the logic that people are applying, that they're using, it would be easy if that was the case to just write it off as that, if that's what it was. Day one, when this happened, if that was the case, and again, if I'm wrong, hey, y'all could be the first ones to say I told you so. But we on day 5 in a couple hours. Somebody says somebody wants some. Oh, okay. But I want some of y'all to come up. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. One of the guys didn't even tell his own wife he was going to Mexico. What's up with that? Niggas lie every day. Niggas lie every day to their wives. Like, now, because he lied to his wife, he a drug smuggler? If I know my wife, and I know if I tell her I'm gonna take somebody to Mexico, and I know she gonna trip, I'm not gonna tell her either. I'm gonna tell her, oh, we going to Texas. Niggas lie to their girlfriends every damn day. Like, you a drug smuggler now. You lie to your wife, you a drug smuggler.
This motherfucker.
What's up?
What up?
What's your thought?
My bad. No, I just want to hear people's story. Most of the people that just like I said in your Instagram post, most of the people that why is my
Ooh, I look too big that way. Let me zoom out. Okay, go ahead.
but no, I said most of the people that I feel like most of the people that saying that these goofy ass stories that they were smuggling don't even live in states that borders Mexico or Canada. And they watch too many movies. That's what I think. So I want to hear their stories though, for real.
Kim says, I don't care. They were there for drugs, and I'm sure she told the government the truth. If she told the government the truth, why hasn't the government revealed that? And why are they, the government, allowing the cartel to say their story? Catalea,
Hey girl, how you doing?
how you doing?
Good. Girl, this story like had me so irritated because I was just like I was looking at everything and it's like why do people always have to think the worst? Like why is it so hard to believe that this young lady went out there with her friends, she was getting a tummy tuck, maybe she even we don't know, like maybe she even offered them like, "Hey, y'all want to come out? I'll pay for y'all trip, just come and protect me or whatever." We don't know what happened. And this probably was a situation where everybody says that the cartel is like really doing janky stuff out there, and they probably thought like they could get some money off of them. You never know what they thought. So I don't even know why people think this is hard to comprehend, that this is something that could happen when it happens here every day. I mean, we see children getting taken. I ain't gonna say too much because this is your channel, but we see children getting taken. We see all kind of crazy stuff, and this is happening all over the world. So why is it hard for you to believe that this could happen to them and that they were up to no good doing some crazy drug dealing stuff? Like, is this really what you think about all of your people? To me, that's
Because
crazy.
they don't look like feminine men. That's what I was told. They look like
Thugs.
Thugs to people. Because they have dreads, they're automatically labeled thugs. Even though in none of their photos, none of them are throwing up gang signs. None of them have, anything like that. But because they are black men who look like black people that don't look feminine, they are equating them to be thugs automatically. And because they look like thugs, according to them, even though they look like people that could be a part of any of our families, they now have deemed them as drug dealers because they don't look feminine. And only person that would accompany a woman to get surgery, if it's not a man, not a woman, would be a feminine gay man. That's what I was told.
To me, that's crazy though, because how do you look like a thug? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would always get stereotyped where somebody would think that I thought I was too good or whatever. And that used to upset me. It's like, how can you go off of how somebody looks? I seen the most educated people look like they could be from the hood or whatever, but how do we judge them? Like, how do you say that just because they could be truck drivers, they could be, blue collar men, you don't know. So how are you going to say that they look like a thug? To me, that's crazy.
It's insane. And that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, why do we associate dark skin, dreads with thugs? Why do people do that? That pisses me off because I'm raising two dark skinned kings with dreads. So it's like people always connect nappy hair or dreads with thugs. It's like this lady could have been taking these men with her because she's going to another country and needed somebody there to protect her. They're men. That just because it's a woman and two men, that does not automatically mean they're over there dealing drugs.
Somebody in the chat said gold teeth look thuggish.
Gold teeth look thuggish. Really?
That's a Southern thing.
Really? Exactly.
Actually, gold teeth goes all the way back. If y'all, I want y'all to look this up because it's like they demonize our culture. But if you go
I
and look
swear.
up ancient Egyptian culture, Teeth goes all the way back to ancient Egyptian culture. Go look it up. I want y'all to go check it out.
I have an aunt that lives
That's
down
old.
south. That's a
It's
lawyer
not just
with
it's
gold
just
teeth.
not down south. It's part of melanated culture. Period. Go look it
I
up.
hate that they do it. I hate that they do this. It's like why do we take looks and say, oh, that looks thuggish? Like, it's if y'all realize what's going on in the days today, the people that don't look nothing like the people y'all describing.
I feel like there is a look to what looks like thuggish. I just don't equate it to dreadlocks or the color of your skin. Now, if you're
There you go. Exactly.
and you got your pants hanged below your ass and you wearing all blue or something like that, I'm going to assume
Yeah, that's a thug.
that's thuggish. But the reason why people are categorizing them as thugs does not meet any of those characteristics. They're not wearing all red. They're not wearing all blue. They don't have gang signs that they throwing up. None of those things that I would equate to being a thug is what they're characterizing them as thugs, basically just based on the color of their pigment and that they have locks in their hair.
And that's ridiculous. Right. That is absolutely ridiculous, because it's like, I didn't really look at the pictures of them like that, but I don't even remember seeing so much as tattoos. Like, this lady was literally going over there to get a tummy tuck. And until y'all have proof of otherwise.
Oh, yeah. Another thing that people said, because it was alleged that she had a BBL before, right? And a lot of people was like, oh, I don't believe that this is her second time getting a BBL because she don't look like she had a BBL. You know how many people I know that got freaking BBLs that look fat as hell right now?
That surgery is not permanent. My aunt had a breast reduction and she is right back to a size J bra. Like,
give me half of what you gonna get in for that BBL. I would have got you right. You hear me?
Like, but I don't. Nick, that surgery is not permanent.
I want to say, Nick, I love your content. I love your channel. I've been a long time supporter and all that. And I just want to say I agree with what you said.
About what?
About them going down there. Like, you got to have somebody with you. It ain't their fault that them niggas got. I mean, excuse me. It ain't their fault that they got popped.
Exactly. And it don't matter if she
brought them for her protection.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what
people can't answer the question that I asked.
Thinking that you're gonna be ambushed with machine guns. For me, I'm thinking about men coming with me for my protection. I'm thinking about I got men to look out in case somebody try to slip something in my drink, or I got men with me
or
to look
snatcher
out in case somebody try to hand me a napkin that may got something and I may pass out and my homies could be there to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking, oh, we're going to get ambushed with freaking machine guns. But if I got 3 men with me, a person not going to think to put something in my drink, or they going to go for the girl that's by herself, or the girl that's just 2 girls with them, or, you know what I'm saying? That would be my mentality of thinking.
And then
it's
also
trafficking going on.
But people still back over here.
I think about it like this.
I asked the question, like, how they gonna get the drugs back over from the U.S. border, especially where the city that they went to is a level 4.
I asked that question, and I'm gonna tell you what people told me. I asked them. I said, "How are they gonna get it back?" They said, "Oh, that's what the tummy tuck was for. They was putting it in there." Like, are y'all? So they were tucking drugs in the tummy. So how was she gonna get it out? Was she gonna go back?
Dominique and think that
but then also look at it like this too.
I'm not gonna go that far because I feel like people still are smoggling drugs.
No, I know that part.
Oh yeah, they are. They definitely are.
One of the areas that I work at is under the border, like literally. And I when I go into that area, I walk past the sales and I walk past the garage where I see where everybody try to smuggle some ish in. And like, so I know people do try to smuggle, but most of the people that try to smuggle are people that live in Mexico and work in the United States and cross over every day. It ain't nobody from goddamn North Carolina. You don't really see, and the risk is too high. Why would somebody from North Carolina drive across the border try to go find
Right.
some drugs, and then try to drive back over. The risk is too high versus the reward, yo.
So this
You
is
know,
what
like,
they said to me. They said that the cartel that the people that shot them were beefing with, that they were over there getting drugs from them. But my thing is, the cartel got people to do that already.
man, you ain't no American going into nobody's country beefing with nobody.
Exactly. Like it's not.
Yeah,
It's like
people watch too many movies. That's the problem. Y'all
that's
watching
exactly
too
what I
much
told them.
Snowfall.
Too many movies.
Get off the movies.
And then how different are you? You supposed to be a melanated person, and you're sitting over here stereotyping another melanated person, and we've been stereotyped by Caucasian people forever. So it's like,
Exactly.
how good does that make you that you are doing the same to your own people? To me, that's crazy.
And I'm just the type of person, like, if there is a fact that they did go down there and there was a point where they were trying to do something shady, I don't have no problem being wrong. However, I'm not going to put that on somebody without proof that that's what they're doing, and think that it's okay for the white media to be like, all right, well, she had a CPS case back in whoop-de-whoop. Okay, well, so because she had a CPS case, which is not good to have, but because she had that, she deserved to be
Exactly.
ambushed.
No matter it had nothing to do with none of this, and I don't see why they even brought, like, it's sick.
And the other part though, you got a car full of black folks went across the border. You don't think they getting searched though?
Exactly.
And what people been saying, so-called thugs, you don't think they getting searched when they come back from over the border?
They were getting searched completely.
On,
so
dog.
how were they getting it back over?
It ain't adding up. Yeah,
that's exactly what I'm saying. How are they supposed to get it back?
Tommy said, I think it's involving money and crisis actors.
Huh?
Yeah, they said that too. They say everything that happened was crisis actors.
They said it's crisis actors, y'all.
Y'all got to get off this Illuminati stuff too.
Please stop. They said
look, regardless of all the conspiracy theory type stuff, look, 2 people died. And when you really want to break things down, it's been going on in Mexico for a minute now. Those ain't the only ones that died. It's over like 20 cases of people from America, just United States, that goes to the Mexico resorts or whatnot, regardless of the reason they going there, they not coming back home because they died. It's a lot of cases where carbon monoxide poisoning and shit like that. Like, how you gonna
for people to have your own thoughts and be in a room full of people you disagree with something and be like facts?
Right.
Okay.
Didn't Nick offer for the people that had a different opinion to come up, and y'all ain't even came up yet?
So all I'm saying is, when you go to Mexico, if you want to go to Mexico, I mean, they need to do something about that. America need to do something about it.
America needs to stop going over there.
Drug dealing, goddamn me, human trafficking motherfuckers.
America need to stop going over there because our people not coming back.
That's right.
What the United States military need to do is go ahead and wage war on the cartel.
No, we got enough going on.
No, we don't.
Let's not do that.
We can take their resources now.
Let's not do. Let's just stay on our side of the border.
When I have an opinion that's different from the majority, people get scared of a debate, right? They get scared to come up and view their opinion. If you have a difference of opinion and you gung-ho feel like, hell no, they was down there with the whoop, come up and talk about it. Let's talk about it.
They can't explain it. That's why they're not going to come up here. They can't explain it.
Talk about it, not based on because a person has dreadlocks. You got somebody in your family right now that got dreadlocks. Are they drug smugglers? You got somebody in your family that went to jail for selling dime bags of weed. Also, are they Mexican cartel drug dealer smugglers? You know? Let's talk
about it.
And then
they saying, where did she get the money from to go get the tummy tuck? Sweetie, tax time was yesterday. This lady got kids. Like, it doesn't, like, She could have gotten her taxes back. She could have been working and saving up for it. Like, we don't know nothing but what they told us. So why are people making up stories? Why are people coming to their own conclusions and coming up with these elaborate stories?
Well, like I said, regardless of the reason why she went, they should never been attacked, period.
She should have made it home. Exactly.
She made it home. She made it home, and one other.
Well, they should have made it home.
But the other two dudes should have made it home.
I was asking, have y'all heard anything about like if they found any cash or anything on them? Because my theory, what everybody asking about them driving there, is they may have had too much cash to put on a plane.
Well, if they drove there, that mean they didn't have money. They were saving money, really.
Because I know you got to be able to account for.
Because driving is a little cheaper than flying and other.
There has not been mention of them having any amounts of cash as of yet. However, I do, like I said, my friend who just did it, and I'm gonna try to text my friend right now to come up and talk about it. My friend just went to more, whatever this
Matthew Morris.
I'm a more
Matthew
My friend just went in January, and so she said that when she went, she took $10,000 with her, and she said that when I went over there, I took $10,000 of cash with me, and I was scared the whole time because she had to pay the doctor, and I guess she had to give the doctor cash. I don't know. So I don't know if she did have cash. That has not been mentioned, but I'm gonna text my friend because my friend said, she went to Brownsville. And then from Brownsville, she had to drive over the border. And then she went to her doctor from there. And it was in
Matamoros. Now, Nick, that do make sense because I can't remember if I saw the text messages on your channel or somebody else's. But in the text messages, the doctor said they won't operate unless you got the money or the cash or something.
You have to have
so that makes sense.
Especially if you're from out of country. They usually make you bring.
That has nothing to do with what we're talking about, yo. Whoever put that in the chat.
What they say?
They said they heard she had children taken for meth. Was in it. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. At all.
See, and that's the thing. Like, what does that have to do with the price of tea?
Why would you try to?
The headline didn't even say her kids was taken for meth. It said that they had something in their system.
Exactly. But that don't have nothing to do with what happened to her. So that's just
that has nothing to do with why they went down there, and
exactly
it's irrelevant. Period. Like, stop trying to assassinate someone's character just because something bad happened. Something bad happened because it wasn't their fault. It's just as simple as that. Some people just need to know that. Like, bad things happen because there's bad people in the world.
She known that was a setup. Again, I said my friend had $10,000.
Made it back.
Don't confuse my friend's story with this girl. I don't know her to have any money on her. I said my friend just went down there and she had $10,000 with her as she crossed over because she had to pay her doctor. I don't know what Latavia had on her, so please don't mix when I say my friend, I mean my friend. When I say Latavia or the kidnap victim, that's who I mean. Don't mix up the two, please.
It's disgusting how they trying to justify this. Like, whatever y'all figuring out or thinking or assuming went wrong, still is not a reason for them to get killed and not make it home. 2 men did not make it home. 2 moms do not have their son. 2 kids could not have their dads. Women don't have their husbands. Like, how is that justified? I don't care if they were going over to get bricks, oranges, or whatever else. They didn't make it home. They didn't make it home. And here they come with this letter.
So this person says, let's be honest. Who knows why they went down there? But obviously they were somewhere they shouldn't have been. You got to be out your way for the cartel to pick you up 99% of the time.
That's not true.
They drove across. As soon as they drove across, they got them.
be on some bullshit that day. You know
But
what I'm saying?
it's a lot of
right over the border.
situations where they do the
I,
trafficking. Like
I got a question. I have a question for the people that
live
have
the other
different
day,
opinions.
and guy told me that he's living in Mexico. He's building a brand or whatnot, but you can pay the police in fucking Mexico. You can't pay the police here, but you can bribe them there.
No, me and my homeboy got jammed up, and we had to pay the police to get out of that situation.
I saw another case. They was asking for money.
Yeah,
because they're trying to fund some kind of fucking thing they got going on with the cartel. I don't know what they're doing in Mexico, but I know it ain't right.
Now, this was actually reported on I can't remember which source, but I did read that the men were running away, and that's when they, you know, tried to shoot. I did hear that on the news.
Right.
Yep, I read that too. And that explained why she didn't get shot.
Trying to get away, like nigga, I'm a run too. Shit,
exactly.
Let a motherfucker come to me with some aggressive ass shit, tough guy ass shit. I'm gonna run. Fuck you talking about? That's just what it is. And regardless, like we were saying earlier, it don't matter what they went down there for.
Love, you have to allow your devices. So if you try to call in, you have to hit allow for the StreamYard to access your audio and your camera. So you click deny to something if you tried to call in.
Okay, Neek, thanks for letting me come up. I'm about to drop off and finish watching in the background.
Okay.
You have a good night.
Let's see. Ain't nobody justifying Ish. Did anyone say they deserved it? Well, a lot of the rhetoric is pretty much that in summary. Tommy?
Hey, Neek.
Hey.
Listen, I just want to speak on the apology because that seems very fishy to me. I've never heard the cartel apologizing for anything. They didn't even apologize for unaliving that Mormon family back in 2019 when they thought that was a rival cartel, and they didn't apologize when El Chapo's son got arrested and the whole cartel waged war on Mexico. This is very fishy to me. I don't think.
Have you ever seen Narcos?
Yeah.
No.
Now, this ain't a TV show, but art imitates life a lot of times. And in those shows, they showed times where the people had to be accountable for stuff that they did that they wasn't supposed to do, and they had to make it right.
Right. But I don't think I think that this was a mistake. But
see, that's why they gave up those 5 cartel members.
This isn't Mormon.
I don't want to war with them.
That did something in 2019.
We will crush little mess.
Organizations. This is the CGB cartel, the Gulf cartel, or whoever they are. There's different branches of the cartel. I think when people hear cartel, they think like it's one group, but these are subsets of groups. This
right.
Specific CGB or CBG or Gulf cartel.
Right.
I just think that people are just going off of speculation. I just don't understand why they're trying to justify this. There's no proof. There's no evidence that suggests anything.
But
I understand.
When do they not justify, or at least try to justify shit when a black person is involved? They always try to assassinate our character. They always try to make it seem like it's our fault in the beginning. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, this not the case.
I will agree with you though.
I'm gonna let that shit ride.
I never heard a story where the cartel ever apologized, but I never seen where the cartel hand people back over either that quick.
Well, that's common sense. That's like they didn't have nothing to do with nothing. That shit.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you saying the cartel don't apologize, which is I never heard of a cartel apologizing to the United States, but I never seen the cartel handing hostages back over either that fast.
I never heard the media anytime.
Unless and the whole thing about this, I never heard a lot of the stuff that goes on with the cartel, we
They
don't
didn't
hear
say black
about
Americans.
America
They
unless
said
it deals with
Americans.
an American.
Black
That's
So
that.
we
They
speak
said
on
Americans.
exactly what the cartel do if we're not in Mexico. A lot of people are like, well, I never heard them do that. Well, how do you know? Are you in the know of all of their dealings that they do? We only hear about the stuff that intertwines with Americans, and that isn't all the time. Like most of the cartel stuff is Mexican on Mexican issues.
They're basing stuff off movies. They're basing whatever they're like cartel stuff off of what they're seeing in movies.
But the media didn't portray it as black Americans. They just said Americans.
That's right.
Right. And I just don't like how they always portray people, oh, if you go to Mexico, oh, you must be doing something illegal. That's highly problematic to me. Very problematic.
Not when spring break coming up. Everybody goes to
Right.
camp and all that.
Exactly. When all those white people go to town, they don't have any questions for them. It just seems very fishy to me.
It ain't fishy to me though. I'm like, shit, it's been happening in Mexico for the last year. It's something going on there. They're trying to fund their war or agenda or whatnot. It don't matter. The cartel, whatever cartel that is, it can be any cartel. They're trying to get money for some reason. I don't know. They're starving. Maybe COVID just hit them
There was a
hard.
rapper who came
Case maybe.
forward, and she showed
They saw them as an easy lick.
she showed when she had dealings with
It's kinda like shit, really.
with the cartel, and they tried to do a shakedown. So I'm gonna show y'all that video, and then I'm gonna bring up Lucky in a second. Hold on one second. Let me show y'all this.
That's all. That's my. I don't have any drugs. So.
That's crazy. They're trying to hustle us. We ain't got no drugs in the car, and they trying to make us pay $15. I'm not. I'm
Drugs in there, sir.
What you say? What you say?
No.
What happened?
No, see.
What you say? What you say?
Pesos?
That's all.
$1,500?
OMG.
That's my. I don't have any drugs. So.
I can give you what I have. I don't have
Major development.
pesos.
All right, and so hold on. She said, this is footage of me and my crew in Mexico. The cartel pulled us over, saw money in our bag, and tried to collect money, or they said they were taking us away. They took $1,500 from the stylist and asked where the rest. I hid mine, but they kept asking for more. Scary stuff. Seeing this tragedies unfold in the media. When I came back of people being killed, I feel so blessed. I'm never going to Mexico again. Literally my worst trip ever. Police cartel is different. It's just crazy. I was told they are associated with the cartel and they kidnap tourists and extort money. So that is what rapper Chameleon had to say about her encounter recently. Now I want to bring up Lucky, who just was here. Lucky, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So without all of your extras that you were saying on the phone, tell us about your experience going to Mortem, however you say it.
Matamoros.
However you say it.
However you said, I didn't have no problem, to be honest. I could tell that when I went over there, the vibe was different because I've been to like Cancun and Tijuana. And when you go there, it feels more touristy. And you know, a lot of the people there, they can speak English and Spanish when you stay in the tourist area,
I'm
you
a
know, around the.
Okay, so first start off with why did you go to Modem? However you say it. Why did you go there?
And why are you trying to put my business all out here like that?
Live, bitch. Just tell it. And why did you choose to go to that specific place in Mexico?
I went to the Build-A-Bear Foundation.
But why did you choose that specific area to go get your surgery done?
Well, the reason why was like when you go to Cancun and Tijuana, you have to have a passport. Over there, which was surprising, was that you don't need a passport. All you need is a driver's license and your birth certificate. And they allow you to cross across the border. The mistake that I feel like that I made was I did all my research and everything on my surgeon and everything, and you know, they don't have no deaths or none of that, you know, reputable and all of that. But what I didn't check was the levels of the country and what the threat level of the country that I was going to. Because I just found out when all this stuff came out that it was a level 4, which means travel at your own risk, don't go, keep your ass home, don't go over there when it's a level 4. Yeah. But I don't know when I went if it was a level 4 at that time because I went in January.
Which when you went?
I went January the 13th.
It was still a level 4.
You think it was a level 4 then? Or did they turn it into a level 4 after the people got kidnapped?
No, they changed the levels depending on the cartel activity and all that other stuff.
So there wasn't really no cartel. I mean, not that I seen. There really wasn't any like cartel. But one thing about in Mexico, wherever I've been in Mexico, the police don't look like the regular police that you see here. They don't wear uniforms. They wear like army stuff. And they have like big old rifles and they drive through the city in tanks and shit. Like, it's like big, you know, Jeeps and stuff. It's like really intimidating just seeing them come around. And so it's different in Mexico as compared to America. But where's the apology at? Where'd you see the apology?
That was reported on all news outlets. The cartel apologized for involving innocent people in this situation. Okay, so I have another question for you. So when you got with your doctor in this town, right? How did they accept payment?
In Mexico, when you get your body done, they only accept cash. You can't, they don't do credit cards and nothing. You have to bring over cash.
Okay, so when you went to go get your body done, you had to bring over the amount of your surgery in cash.
Yeah, you pay like a deposit and then you pay the rest when you get there.
Okay. And
so depending on the extent of what type of work you're getting done, you can be carrying $10,000 to $15,000 cash on you or more, because you can because you got to pay for not just your surgery, you got to pay for your whether you're going to stay at a recovery house, you got to pay for that out of pocket. You got to pay for your transportation going from across the border and everything. And then if you decide to stay at a hotel after your surgery, you got to pay that. So it's not just the cost of your surgery itself. It's the cost of your surgery. It's the cost of all the other stuff, your food, your lodging, all of those other things play a part. So depending, you know, on what kind of work you getting done or how intense, because you might just be going up there to get some titties. Titties cost like $3,000 down there. So you can get some titties down there for like 3 racks. And you can go home like probably the next day. But if you get more intense surgery like BBLs, tummy tucks, 360 lipo, lifts, body lifts, they ask you to stay, you know, 7 to 10 days or longer, 7 to 14 mostly, but at least 6 to 7. They want you to stay there because you do have a reputable doctor that's gonna check on you, make sure everything is all right before they, you know, release you back over, you know, to go home to continue your recovery. So people thinking that you going over there and you get your body done and then you leave in 2 days and then get back to America and die, you know, that's because you didn't take care of your health and everything and paid that extra and was watched and supervised and had nurse care, 24-hour care. I mean, the recovery houses are beautiful. You know, they take care of you 24 hours a day. They feed you. You don't have to pay anything extra. You just pay, you know, whatever it is for your stay. Or you can get a private nurse. They have private nurses that'll come and you pay them daily and they'll come to your room. If you choose to stay at a hotel and do your recovery, they'll come and feed you and take care of you and change your bandages and do all that. So it's an experience. I'm just, and I got to go back because I got to go one more round. I got one more round to do.
Oh
So I'm
no.
going back over there. I'm going. Because I don't know nobody named Cartel. I don't know no Cartel Jacksons, no Cartel Jenkins. I don't know nobody in the cartel. So they ain't looking for me.
So even though you seen these people just die in the same town that you went and got your surgery, you're going to go back to get your second round?
It is. It surely is. Because I was supervised throughout my surgery. They came when you book with your surgeon and everything, you know, they set up all of that. They set up the transportation to pick you up, you know, in Brownsville, and it's only like maybe 10 or 15 minute drive from across the border going from Brownsville over, but they'll pick you up from the airport, bring you across the border when it's time for you to get done and it's time for you to go catch your plane. They'll pick you up and take you back across the board. So you are protected and supervised the whole time. Even if you go out.
Hearing how dangerous this situation is, you're not in fear for your safety to go get the surgery again?
No, because I was supervised and I didn't do anything randomly. To me, what I felt was so odd and peculiar with that situation was if you drive a car across, if you're from America, you from South Carolina at that, you from South Carolina, you driving across the border. When you are in Mexico, it's you in a whole new country. The signs, the street signs, the all of that is all in Spanish. If you are not fluid in being able to read Spanish and know where you going, I would not attempt as an American who can't read or speak any Spanish to drive around a city that I can't read the signs. I don't know left from right. I don't know what side of the street y'all drive on. I don't know none of that. So I personally wouldn't take that as a risk or a challenge because to me, that gives you more options to run into the cartel or drive off into some weird ass part of Mexico where they be killing people and stuff. I wouldn't take that chance. All of my excursions and everything that I did when I was down there, whether in Cancun, Tijuana, or even in Matatosis, I have always been supervised by another person who facilitated it or who had, who could speak Spanish and all that to kind of like protect me or whatever. I guess if it's called protecting. But yeah.
My question to you is, what is you?
Huh?
What are you?
What are I?
Yeah, you went down there and got surgery and whatnot. What is you?
I just went down there to get snatched.
Okay, what are you?
I just want to look like an Instagram model.
Are you a woman or a man?
Am I a woman or a man?
Yeah.
What do I sound like?
You sound like one of them trans vegetable ass niggas, onion trying to.
A trans vegetable?
Yeah.
Is that what I sound like?
That's what you sound like.
And you sound like an uneducated Negro.
Why don't you give us an answer?
I don't have to give you nothing. I don't know you shit.
That's why you
exactly.
That's
exactly. I don't know you shit. I can't talk to nobody with a fake gold chain on their neck. You couldn't afford me if I was one. Peace, deuces, be cool. Peace and blessings. May God bless you and keep you.
And like I said, that's why you didn't get touched, because you
Okay,
one of them.
there's something that you wanted to add.
What do you want? What does that have to do with anything? Why does that have to do with anything? If I'm telling a story, why does that have to do with anything?
We talking about women going down there.
Wait. Griffin Guns, you just got on everybody in the chat for bringing up irrelevant stuff as it pertains to these victims in this story. And you just brought up an irrelevant fact on what the orientation is.
But it's still like I said, it's regardless of how they went down there.
Not relevant.
Them people shouldn't have got killed. That's just my take on it. My take is nobody should have got killed.
Then you should have kept that part of your story and rolled out with that. Why are you worried about what's in between my thighs? You want to know what's in between my thighs?
Because you up here trying to paint a narrative like, oh,
what narrative am I doing but other than giving you the facts? She asked the question and I gave the facts of my experience. You just mad because you don't have a passport and you've never traveled anywhere because your money's short. Your money not long enough. You can't go nowhere. You buy cheap chains from the what's that, the mall?
No, I didn't get it from the mall. I got it out of Walgreens parking lot.
You get your chain from the mall.
There you go.
You go to the mall.
Now you know.
You go to the mall.
Walgreens parking lot. Anyways.
You go to the mall.
Regardless of what
I shop at boutiques. I shop at boutiques.
Like it's okay to go there.
We don't shop at the mall.
It's not okay to go there. It's not. That's my thing.
I just hope you be safe going back.
Go ahead. You got the mic.
Yeah, I'm going back. I gotta get my I got one more round to do. And then I'm done. I ain't obsessed with surgery, but I wanted to get some things fixed up. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to look good when you're naked.
Supervisors, this is my question, friend. When you said you had supervisors, when you went into Mexico, my question is like, okay, like, were they like bodyguards? Did they have weapons too? Because I've looked online and I've done my research, and I've seen how the cartel look. I've seen how the police look. It's a whole different world. But my question is like, are you safe enough when you say supervise? Like, do they carry, like, are they carrying weapons like to protect you?
No, they ain't carrying weapons, but like if you want to go to like Walgreens or Walmart or something, you know, you may have somebody that'll go to the store with you or take you to Walgreens and you go do your shopping, and then they'll just walk around the store with you and that kind of supervision. They'll drive you to the location, you know, in their car, and, you know, basically supervise you throughout the store. If you want to go to get your medications from the pharmacy, they'll go with you to the to get your medications. But if you stay at a recovery house, you don't really have to leave because they pretty much have everything there for you. It's really not that bad, and I hate that the cartel and stuff got all involved in all of this because it does paint a different picture for those of us who have never had any issues.
Pause. So another question that they want to know, and I know you got the perfect answer because you told me the answer to this. They said, if you have the money, why go out the country? Or do you go out of the country? Do you only have out of country money? Now, there is a BMI restriction. So explain that to them in addition to the reason why you chose to go here as well.
Yeah, over in that part of Mexico, in Tijuana and in Cancun, when you go get your body done, they do have like BMI, which is your BMI is your body mass index, and they want you to have like a low BMI of under like 29. And a lot of bigger girls who may be like 200 pounds, they want you to lose like another 30 pounds and stuff to get down over there. But you know, in Cancun and Tijuana, but over here in Matatosis, or however way you say it, they don't have any BMI restrictions. So a lot of plus size or bigger girls or people who can't get down to that specific BMI will go there and still get their work done, and they don't have those restrictions. So yeah.
So you were able to get more things done. More than
I had 4 procedures done at one time. I had a breast lift. I had a back lift, I had an arm lift, and I had a tummy tuck all at one time.
If you would have wanted those things done in America, what would have been the difference?
Shit, it would have been a whole bunch. And but in America, they wouldn't have done all that at one time.
But see, that's because
they'll make you do. In America, they do stuff. They call them in the more extensive, depending on the level of surgeries and what your body has to have done. They do these things called mommy makeovers, and what a mommy makeover is 3 to 4 procedures all done at one time. So it's not really uncommon in America to do it, but if you do 3 or 4 procedures in America, it's gonna cost you $100,000. I'm sure it's gonna cost big money. I mean, it's gonna cost a whole lot. And shoot, the prices in Mexico, shit. Y'all out here buying cars and Bentleys, buy you a body, bitch. You can go down there and get your Build-A-Bear on. Cause the way my body looking now, shit.
So
y'all been playing with me.
No, we ain't playing. So
you mad, ain't you? You mad? I bet you if you seen me, you'd want me, motherfucker. You'd want me.
Nah,
you would
I'm a
want me. You would take that cheap chain.
Show it.
Don't get me started. Nick, get your friends. You know how my mouth is. You know my mouth. Get your friend.
Nick, I fuck with you, Nick.
Get your friend, Nick. Get your friend. You know how my mouth is. I don't know who this little boy is.
Flirting going on, so I don't know what the hell is going
Ain't no flirting. Ain't no flirting.
You can't tell me nothing. I'm a 38-year-old granddaddy. You can't tell me shit.
Take your hat off. Let me see what your forehead look like.
Don't worry about my phone.
Let me see what your forehead look like. It's always the ones that got a fucked up forehead and hairline and got something to say. Let me see what your hairline look like. What your hairline look like?
I ain't gotta do all that. I don't think I gotta do run 4 miles a day. That's it.
You just gotta what?
You know what I'm saying? That's how I get. You know what I'm saying? That's how I get in shape. I run about 2.5 miles a day.
I'm purchased.
I'm
purchased. I was made in Mexico, born in America.
All right, then. I you know what I'm saying?
Made in Mexico and born in America.
This old childhood little thing we used to do. I'll never go to Mexico no more and more and more. Y'all remember that?
No, I'm not that old.
I know. There's a big fat policeman at the door. He will grab you by the collar, make you pay $1. I will never go to Mexico no more. Shame on you.
I'll be going back and I'll tell y'all. And look, if the cartel come after me.
No, I'm good. I ain't tripping. Hey, do what you do. I'm glad you went down there. It was all good. But I'm just saying.
Then thank you, sir. I appreciate that. No, they didn't. Nobody deserves to die.
That's the only thing I'm just saying. Like I
just know that it don't sound right to me for 3 dudes to go across Mexico to see you get your body done, and you're gonna be sitting up there 5 or 6 days with 3 dudes, and you're gonna be naked most of the time resting, and they ain't gonna be changing your bandages. So that just didn't sound right to me. But all right.
Okay. But I'm just saying, like 4 people went down there. 2 of them came back. So 2 of them died.
But Nick, you didn't mention that it was a woman. She was supposed to go over there with them, but they denied her because she didn't have her ID.
Oh.
Like we forgot about that.
I didn't forget about it. I just didn't feel like that part of the story was that relevant.
I didn't know all this.
That girl gonna have survivor's remorse. She probably thinking, Lord, I'm so glad I left my ID.
But the way they put him in the back of that pickup truck, though, that they drugged that dude they already shot and put
he
him
was already dead.
I mean, that shit was crucial. It was crucial. That shit.
And she's gonna be traumatized the rest of her life. The girl that survived because
her life.
She was looking at them dragging him over there, and they just threw her in the back of the truck. It was horrible.
Cause she was scared. She was getting in the back. She was like, "Golly."
Who wouldn't be scared of somebody shooting?
Nigga, I would be scared if I was in that situation, no doubt. And I ain't got my thing on me. Shit, what you talking about?
You think that one thing is gonna go up against them and they got bulletproof vests on and AR-15, your one thing.
Shit, fuck you talking
you
about?
on your one thing. Your one thing.
I got that thing. You know what I'm saying? As long as I got that motherfucking, I'm able to pull it. Yeah. If I feel like I'm a threat, if it feel like I'm threatened, my life's being threatened.
If they are unloading on your car, on your vehicle, you already gonna be freaked out because bullets are coming into your car. You're gonna try to jump out
I
if you
don't give
can.
no fuck. I'm gonna take some of them motherfuckers out too. You ever heard of a stalemate? What you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you a Mexico story. I'm gonna tell y'all a quick one. I had this experience when I went over to where was that? Yeah, that was in Tijuana. I had went and had some surgery done. So on the way back, we going back across the border, right? And they had a van of us that, had different people who had surgery and they was taking us back. We all get ready to get on the plane. And so one of the men, and we had to have our passports, so everybody pulled out their passports and gave them to the thing. One of the men had just got out of jail, right? And he had a felony. But he still had, they got passports that you can use on the land, and then they got passports that you can use on just for the ground. Like for the passports is for the air and the ground. The other passport is just for the ground. And I got the one for the air and the ground. So he pulls out his little passport thing, and a light flashes because they got this little thing to scan it, and this light flashes. Don't you know? Because this man had a felony, they made all of us. They told all of us to stick our hands out the car. I mean, it was dead quiet. The birds didn't chirp, the wind didn't blow or nothing. They had, I'm probably exaggerating, but they probably had like 100 men out there with guns just pointed at us, just pointed at the van. And then they made us all get out, took all our money, took everything, whatever we little had, our little stuff, and then took us inside of the whatever you call it, the center or whatever they take you, took us in there and chained us to the wall.
And you going back to Mexico. Lord have mercy.
They gave us all our stuff back and stuff, but they didn't let him get back on the thing because something about his felony or whatever. I don't know. But they didn't let him get back in the van with us, but they gave us all our stuff, but they chained us up to the wall. They had us, and it was only probably like about 6 of us in the van. The driver and everything.
Me so bad, I'd never go back. I would never ever go back.
I said, Lord, that was the crazy experience. That was probably the craziest experience in Tijuana I had.
There's a big fat policeman at the door. He will grab you by the collar.
They over here saying that you lying in the chat. First, tell them.
Oh, they saying her.
Who say who lying?
I know I ain't lying.
And you lying about that story in the chat.
Baja, Mexico.
That happened to me. That's the truth. I can go to the Lord and say that. Mm-hmm, I ain't worried about what they saying. I can go straight to the Lord. He know exactly that I was chained to the damn wall. And he'll tell you they took our money. And then I had jewelry in my hair, right? I got dreads and I had jewelry in my hair. And then the little Mexican lady ask me what I had in my hair, and then I'm gonna have to if I'm gonna have to cut it out.
Why you ain't just
cut it out my hair?
Shit.
I said I'm not cutting shit out my hair.
What did you say? You said dreads and a BBL. What'd you say?
No, shit. She got a dreads and a BBL. What? That shit don't even match.
Dreads don't match with a BBL.
What don't match is that green around your neck with that fake chain you got on. That green, that don't match your brown neck. It's green.
Gold plated, man. Stop playing with me. This gold plated. It might not be solid gold, but it's gold plated. It's a little
plated. Plated.
Gold plated.
You look like a plate. You look like a plate.
I bought this.
You're plated. Plated. You couldn't afford me on your best day with your income tax check.
Yeah, I can't. Shit,
I know you can't. I know you can't.
I ain't got no money.
I wouldn't even see you.
Shit,
I wouldn't even see you.
Why are you getting on me though?
Because you talk a lot of shit and you think your mouth is slick, but my mouth's slick too.
No, it ain't. Only thing slick is on your motherfucking goddamn head. Slick head ass. You ain't got
Let's see your hairline. You can't tell me nothing if you can't show me your hairline.
Man, please. You can't.
Man, where's your hairline?
You see my hairline.
Is it set back?
On my channel, man. Fuck you.
How far back is it?
It's far back.
I can imagine.
I'm a granddad.
I can imagine.
Yeah, my grandson 2 months right now. I can't wait till he get old.
And your hairline is 2 months back.
Okay, why you on me though? This ain't the
because you keep talking. Be quiet then. Be quiet. Just be quiet. Then I won't say nothing to you.
That went to Mexico, right? Why is we beefing?
Well, we are talking about mess. She been asking me to talk about it. I told her I didn't want to tell none of my business, but she gonna keep asking me to talk about it. And I'm talking about it.
You had a good experience going to Mexico.
I did.
That's the ideal experience. Like if you going
do you know how many people up until this point, up until this happened, do you know how many people done went to Mexico and had their bodies done and didn't have a problem?
I was talking. Okay, just like an example. Let me go to Jamaica or something. With some of my homeboys, we just going down there. We want to try that good air. Whatever the case may be. We get down there. 3 of us went. Only 1 of us come back. Do you think that's going to be a problem? Yes, it's a problem because we're not from there. Don't nobody supposed to go to a whole totally different country and get deleted, period. That's my take on the whole situation. It was 4 and only
I think
2
that's a normal consensus that nobody should be able to go anywhere, whether you're going out the country or you're going to Walmart. Everybody should be able to come home and be safe.
True.
But we don't know what other instances are in place before we get there.
Exactly. So
we don't know. Every day is a challenge.
Fingers at the cartel because the cartel was the reason why they
pause. Both of y'all, pause.
All right.
If y'all want to get in on the back and forth quarrel that's gonna happen after I end the live, click the link. It's only gonna allow some of y'all to come on. I'm about to end the live, but we about to keep on shooting back and forth behind
the
stage. Y'all hit the link, but we're going to end the live here. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this story. I will probably do another video just giving all the facts. People want to talk about the 5th passenger who got left in Texas. People want to talk about the wife who said she didn't know her husband was there. People want to talk about all of those things. So I will condense a shorter version of a video with the facts that have come forward. But I just wanted to do a panel and, shoot the shit with people and have a conversation with y'all. If more of y'all wanted to come up, I would have extended the live longer, but y'all acting like y'all shy. So we're going to keep the conversation going behind the scenes because I don't want to just keep running up my, my YouTube minutes. Okay. With this lovers quarrel. We'll continue it back.
Who is that?
Man, ain't no lovers quarrel. Ain't no motherfucking lovers quarrel.
I know you lying.
Stop following me.
I just keep it 100, 1,000.
I can't believe you in that bullshit.
I
missed y'all
to my YouTube channel.
I felt
Fifths and Guns in this thing. You already know what time it is. But yeah, Nick. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm finna go to the after party for real.
We about to have a true after party. I see y'all clicking the link. All right, I'm about to add y'all. It's the after party, after the party, after the party. So I'll catch y'all later. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for giving me encouraging words and telling me to come back to YouTube. I appreciate all of you guys who sent me kind messages in my DM, who told me, Nick, we miss you on YouTube. Please get out of the funk that you're in. We need you over here. Those messages really helped me a lot. Want to come and curate content for y'all. So we about to continue this backstage party. If y'all want to hear the after show, I might stream it on my other channel. Okay. I might stream the back and forth of this continued conversation on my other channel, Miss LeClaire. But in the meantime, I'm going to go deuces. Y'all know I'll catch y'all next time. If y'all not following me on Instagram, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Neek@night_. I'll catch y'all on the next one.